Hi everyone! So today we are going to be consolidating how to find fractions of quantities. So we've done this before, we're going to go over it again. So to be successful today, you need to be able to use your concrete manipulatives to create the whole amount. So you can use anything that you can find in your house. You could use counters or sweets or crisps, colouring pencils, anything that you've got lots of. You can use that in your house and almost pretend like they're the counters that we use at school. You're going to need to divide by the denominator, and I'll show you again how to do this as we go on. And you're going to need to be able to find the total amount of the number of groups stated in the numerator. Again, I'll explain this as we go on. So if we want to find 1/4 of 12, the first thing we need to do, as it says in success criteria 1, is use concrete manipulatives to create the whole amount. So the whole amount here is 12. So we need to use something and put 12 of that thing in front of us. I'm going to use some stones that my daughter likes to collect, and I'm going to count out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 12 stones. That's success criteria 1, using concrete manipulatives to create the whole amount. So now I've got my 12, I've got my whole amount. I need to look to find 1/4. So the next success criteria says I need to divide by the denominator. So do you remember where we went through the parts of the fraction? The bottom number is called the denominator and the top number is called the numerator. Denominator, numerator. So it's saying I need to divide by the denominator. So I'm splitting 12 into equal groups of 4. Remember, in fractions, this means I'm splitting my whole into 4 equal groups and I've got one of them. So I need to split these stones now into 4 equal groups. So we've divided by the numerator. We've split the whole into 4 equal groups, as it says in the denominator here. Split it into 4 groups. There's one, there's another one, there's the third, and there's the fourth. So we've completed success criteria 2. Now we need to look at success criteria 3 to find the answer. I can find the total amount of the number of groups stated in the numerator. So let's have a look at what the numerator says. We've got 1. So that means the number of stones in one equal group. Remember what our fraction means? It means I've split the whole, which is 12, into 4 equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got one of them. So if we've got one equal group, there's one of our groups. Let's count how many are in that one group. 1, 2, 3. So I know that 1/4 of 12 equals 3. Okay, let's do that again, but this time we're going to see if we can find 1/3 of 15. So looking back at my success criteria, because this helps me to remember what I have to do, the first thing is I need to use concrete manipulatives to create the whole amount. So I'm going to go back to my stones. You can use whatever you're using, and I'm going to count out my whole amount. So my whole amount here is 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now I've got my 15 stones, I need to divide the whole amount, my 15, by the denominator. So my denominator is 3. Remember, I'm splitting my whole, my 15, into groups of 3, and then I've got one of them. Okay, so now that I've divided 15 by 3, I've split the whole of 15 into 3 groups, I need to move on to success criteria 3, which is I can find the total amount of the number of groups stated in the numerator. So my numerator is here, so I need to find the total amount in one group. So if I circle one of the groups and count how many there are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that 1/3 of 15 is 5. Okay, let's follow those steps one last time before it's your turn. This time we're going to find 2 quarters of 16. 2 out of 4 groups of 16. So the first thing I'm going to do is success criteria 1, use concrete manipulatives to create the whole amount. So I'm going to count out 16 stones. Now that I've divided by 4, I need to find the total amount of the number of groups stated in the numerator. So I've split my whole into 4 equal groups and I've got 2 of them. So I'm going to find out how many there are in 2 of my groups. There's one group and there's another group. Now I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know that 2 quarters of 16 is 8. Okay, so now it's your turn to find fractions of quantities. If you go onto the class page and click on the document that says fractions of quantities, please choose to do the questions either challenge 1, which is slightly easier, or challenge 2, which is medium level. Don't forget to follow the success criteria as you've been shown, because this will help you to remember how to do each of the steps. Please make sure that you self-assess against that success criteria to say whether you think you can do it or not by ticking it, and show, or write it down, or ask your parent to say in an email so that your teacher knows how you got on. Okay, good luck. Can't wait to see your work.